So happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Happy Payday Day. Alright, so this morning I'm just going to share an ancient story about a Chinese farmer with a horse and together with his son. Now this story is, there was a Chinese farmer and one day his horse ran away. And so the villagers came and said to the farmer that, oh, you're very unlucky because your horse ran away. And so the farmer replied, good news, bad news, who can say? And the next day, the horse came back with 6 more horses. And so the villagers came and said, you're very lucky because you now have 7 horses. And then the farmer replied, good news, bad news, who can say? And then the next day, the farmer's son, who was trying to train one of the horses, broke his leg. And then the villagers came and said, your son is very unlucky, he broke his leg. And then the farmer replied, good news, bad news, who can say? And then the next week or so, the emperor asked all able young men to fight in a war. And then the farmer's son, who broke his leg, was spared from the war. In that war, there are a lot of people, or many people died during the war. And so the villagers came and said that your son is very lucky, he was spared from the war. And then the farmer said, good news, bad news, who can say? Alright, so that story, everyone, reminds us that it is best not to get upset or not to be attached on something that would happen to us. Because sometimes, probably something seems dark or confounding can turn out to be something like can turn out to be an opportunity for us if we look at it in a positive way. Because sometimes mindset's everything. If you think as a problem, then it remains as a problem. But if you look at it in a positive angle, then it will become a blessing. Now since it's Valentine's Day, probably many of us don't have, many of us are in a relationship and many of us don't have or no boyfriends or girlfriends. Well, having no boyfriend or girlfriend may seem like a problem, but Yes. Yeah, having no boyfriend problem or girlfriend may seem as a problem, but if you're going to look at your life in a broader perspective, you will you will see the important or significant people in your lives. You will learn to appreciate even the simplest things or details in your life, your family, your friends, God, your colleagues, and everything. And personally, guys, 3 years ago, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, and my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I was in college at that time, so I have to. We were so broke. So what I did was I had a part-time job, and I finished college without being so independent with my parents. So at first it seems like a problem for us, but for me it's a blessing. Because I became independent, and because of that situation, we became closer with my family. So whatever, ladies and gentlemen, whatever comes in your way, good news, bad news, who can say? Everything happens for a reason. Yeah.